Hey everyone, this is day 14 of my Christmas Advent calendar, and I'm back with a new story. Karen accused me of cutting the line at Disneyland, but the cast member proved her wrong in front of everyone. So, I recently spent a full week at Disneyland with my family. Everything was awesome. The cast members were amazing, although there were definitely a couple of odd Disney adults. And this is where it gets fun. I never been at Disneyland, so thank you for sharing your experience. First, I should say that I am sincerely the most walkover person there is. If someone has a problem with me, I usually just let it go and walk away. I never stand up for myself. It is a terrible trait for sure. I used to work with my friend who is like you. I was going into wars for her. I hope you also have people who standing up for you when it's needed. It was the last day of our trip and our first time ever going during a seasonal event for Halloween. Our last visit have been 11 years ago, so I wanted to make sure everybody had the best time. As you should, babe. As you should. One of my mom's biggest wishes was to meet Jack Skellington and take a photo with him. We tried so hard, but with the little ones, it was nearly impossible. On Wednesday, I had my baby with me and we just finished Pirates of the Caribbean for the third time in a row. I saw Jack walking by and checked the app. Sure enough, he was scheduled for a photo op in 20 minutes. I called my mom, who was in Toontown with the other kids, and told her to head over. It would be a 10 to 15 minute walk to get to the area behind Pirates, so I said, no biggie, I get in line. I got to the line and spoke with a cast member who I will call Abby. She was super sweet, blonde, with a hair in a braid. I asked her if this was the line for Jack, and she said yes, but I would need to leave my stroller by the fence a few feet away. No problem. I grabbed my sleeping baby and got in line. I was standing behind two ladies who were chatting with each other and occasionally with Abby. Wanting to make sure I wasn't breaking any rules, I asked Abby, "Is it okay if I wait in line for my family who will be taking the photo?" She said, "Absolutely. As long as one person is holding the spot when you approach the door, your family can all walk up." Perfect. I didn't want the line to lock longer and cause the meetup to close early, since there could be 9 of us taking a photo. At that point, Abby told us it would be about a 30-minute wait. I was at that time the last person in line. A woman, who I will call Karen, walked up and asked Abby about the line. I love stories about Karens in the wild. Abby told her yes, this was Jack's line, and also told her to park her double stroller where I had parked mine. Older man stood behind me and she got behind him. This is important. I was hyper aware of my surroundings because I knew I would have to describe everything I saw around me for my mom to reach me. A few minutes later, the two ladies ahead of me left. I stepped up into their spot, now behind a family of 3, a father, mother, and daughter. I'll call them the nosy family. Everybody would be nosy if there is a free show. My mom texted that she was close and needed help finding me. I FaceTimed her for 2 or 3 minutes, and because the line wrapped around the column, I had my back turned for a bit. When I turned back, I was behind the nosy family again. This is where the fun begins. Hell yeah, I'm ready. Karen suddenly stepped out and loudly called me out as a line jumper. "Excuse me, were you in line? Because I don't remember seeing you behind this family." "Then go to your doctor and ask for glasses." She was 2 spots behind me, and there was also an older man standing behind me. I calmly but firmly said, "I've been standing in line this whole time." She turned to the older man and said, "Was she in front of you? Was she? Because I remember you standing behind this family." Karen, just calm the down. He didn't want to get involved and just shrugged without sticking up for the fact that I have been in front of him. Whatever. I said again, "Like I said, I've been here the entire time. Go ask the attendant." Karen stopped for a moment, but I could tell she wasn't done. "She's gonna blow up when your family's gonna arrive, huh?" I brushed it off and laughed about it when my sister Jay came up, while my mom was parked with the little ones. I told my sister I had just been accused of cutting and laughed at how ridiculous it was. But Karen decided to escalate. She brought over another cast member who I will call Tracy. Tracy had the attitude of someone who just wanted to get this over with and not deal with adults acting up. I cannot blame Tracy. My worst nightmare is working with customers. Karen pointed at me, talking loudly, saying I jumped the line. My sister, who is confrontational and loves to argue, jumped in and started going back and forth with Karen and Tracy. Tracy suggested I step out the line. Hell to the no, go and get Abby. Both my sister and I immediately said no. My sister added, fine, even if we can't join her line, she can stay in her spot. At this point, people were pointing, murmuring, and the nosy family was speaking in Spanish, saying I wasn't behind them. Why is everybody such an asshole here? My mom was still confused about what was happening, so I called her again as the line moved forward. I asked my 9-year-old niece to stand with me because I felt so embarrassed by all the pointing. I spoke in Spanish, knowing Karen and the nosy family would hear. And I told my mom, don't worry, I can see the attendant I spoke with earlier and I make sure to talk to her because I know she remembers me. The nosy family kept staring at me, making my niece even more uncomfortable. Finally, the nosy family was at the front and I was right behind them. I reached out to Abby. Hi, sorry, I hope you remember me from earlier when I kept bugging you. She smiled. Of course, yes, once you are up, your family can walk up here. The nosy mom immediately cut in. Well, she actually skipped the line because she wasn't behind us. Oh my god, you didn't tell us at the beginning. There were actually 2 Karens in this story. Karen jumped back into the conversation too. Yes, she actually skipped the line. Abby looked at me, then at them, and said firmly, no, I spoke with her earlier. She was been here the entire time. I remember her. So embarrassing. I hope Karen 1 and Karen 2 will shut the f*** up now. My sister then told the nosy family, what does it matter to you anyway? You are ahead of her. Your sister is right. The nosy mom just loved the drama. And she just needed to stir the pot. This only affects people behind you, so stay out of it. They immediately went quiet. Of course they did. Spineless little freaks. Then Tracy suddenly tried to jump back in and accuse me again. Abby doubled down. No, I spoke with her. I walked her to the line myself. She has been here for the past 30 minutes. Abby is the real hero in the story. After this, I would want a picture with her after I had my photo with Jack. Karen, the nosy family, and Tracy all went quiet after that. Abby even leaned in to talk to my baby who just woken up. Oh, he's finally awake. I bet he's excited to meet Jack. I finally called my mom over and we all got our photos. It felt so good and I made sure everyone in line could hear it. It felt amazing to stand my ground for once. I hope you will do it more after this experience. I couldn't stop relishing in it. I hope that Abby knows how much I appreciated her in that moment. I wish I could remember her name. If you happen to know someone there who matches the description, tell her thank you. Babe, according to your description, this could be Elsa from Frozen. All that you shared about her is that she was blonde and she had a braid. So that's not gonna make easy to recognize her. Karen's behavior really didn't surprise me at all. What did is that the people around you were actually worse than Karen. I don't blame the old man that much. He probably just thought, I'm too old for this. The thing that actually pissed me off how the mom from the nosy family behaved. Your sister was right, it was none of her business. From the other hand, she was wrong. I hope she also learned from this and next time when she's not sure in something, just stay quiet. And about Tracy, I don't understand why she didn't just walk to Abby and ask what was going on. She wasn't there to make decisions about who is right in the situation. Communicate, people. Communicate. Gonna make everything easier. We're gonna read some comments to see what Reddit thinks about this. Go Abby. If you don't know, you can always leave a cast compliment on the app for her. Good for you for speaking up for yourself and so happy your mom got to meet Jack. I would have 100% back you up if I was behind you. Can't believe that old man couldn't just say, yes, she's been in front of me this whole time. That would have been the end of it. Tracy should have apologized since she works there and tried to double down. It's funny how apologizing wasn't even a thought to them. Entitled much? Yeah, the old man is one thing. What actually made me upset is the nosy mom and Tracy's behavior. I hope you guys enjoyed today's story. If you did, please subscribe and see you tomorrow.